welcome to this edition of URP Practical Talk. As always, I'm your host, George Gonzalez. And today we're doing it a little bit differently than we usually do. Instead of seeing Dr. Bandu, as we usually see, we have these two gentlemen here. So, first, thanks for coming in. And before we go into, exactly what you all have come for, well, first we'll introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Harish from Essequibo. I run in Essequibo URP office in Region 2. And for the time I run in Region 2 office, I'm now plenty increased by members coming in every single day into the office. And when they're passing, from the smallest to the biggest URP passing throughout the entire Essequibo. And things are so good now for the URP over there. Plenty improvement in members. Thank you, George.
Yes, and yourself?
I'm Dhanarain Singh. I'm a high school graduate and I'm a full-time fisherman right now. And I represent Region 2 fishermen nationally. And I'm here to talk about basically the fishing industry.
Great. And so before we go into the fishing industry, because there's a lot that we can go into about that we'll talk a little bit about the Essequibo office, and then we'll go into that. So first, that you have been, that you're running the office and
Yes.
right outside of Anna Regina,
Yes, George.
the one that just opened up a few months ago. And so I know you've said that you've been having some growth, but so I guess it's just been continuing since then.
Yes,
Correct?
yes. Growing very fast too. Members.
Great. And so can you tell us a little bit about like the members, like in terms like, are you having a lot of young people coming in?
Yes, George. We have enough young members coming in. All too, so some ageable one too. These people, I'm so excited that this office opened on a Regina. They say, why didn't you open before? I tell them now is the right time. Every day, people coming in. Some of the age like 15, 16, 17, 50. Them that the age coming plenty to register. We get some in Tortoise and so, in Essequibo. One know very well that now, when people don't know where the office, they will find out. You get called, how can I join up for a member? You explain to them on the phone, tell them how to come in, they coming in and then join. We have a secretary there working from Monday to Saturday, from 9 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon. Office open. If the secretary have to go out, he have a notes on the door that they read it and they could come back. Because sometimes we just have to go out, But things very good in Essequibo, George. Very, very good.
That's great. And so then it's really become a full-time job and bringing people in because it sounds like there's some excitement around that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you were spoken about before that there was you all are getting members that that seemed like they weren't even interested in politics before.
Yeah, well, the other day one guy come in for join this membership card that we have, the form. What was so amazing to me, when the ID card got thumbprint. So I asked him, you never signed? He said, no, he never signed. So I say, here, sit down. I sit down with him, I show him how to write. And he write this thing so neat that I couldn't expect.
Wow.
And he have plenty people like this, but you know what? They need learn. And now out of these two government, what was in there? They never got people, train the people them how to do these things. But URP are trying to train them and teach them. Because I know plenty body that want to register for vote in the previous election. Them when I talk to them tell me they go and register. I get them to go and register. I know plenty of them that vote. in the last election and the previous, but then say they will vote for this government now, URP, because they need change and real change, not an exchange. That's what they get.
I like that, real change, not an exchange. Because yeah, it's especially, I mean, because this seems like a region, you know, that they that's what's going on a lot. You know, it's just been exchanging one party for the next one, back and forth, going left, right. That so, do you really feel like the people here they're ready? They're really ready for a change then?
Yes, George. Why I think they're ready for a change? There's two major party that you have, right? Nobody never know who to vote for. But now, this third force comes strongly. URP. People are thinking now that they have a party, the People Party. So they check it, the People Party now. So they want this one now. Other day, two guys come into the office, legal guys, you know. They told me, they say, you know what? They will join and they will get plenty other support to take this government out of office. And they don't want to see back the previous one. Right now in Essequibo. That was going there. Everybody. You have some shop wrong about, who will do you here? Politics. You know? This is the right president now. URP, you are the right person for this country.
Yeah, and so of course, for a lot that you know, we got 2020. It's coming right around the corner, but I know even before then, the big one is the local elections coming up, local government elections. So how do you feel about your party's chances in the region?
Well, very good.
Mhm.
Very, very good, I feel. With this local government election, very good. Because everybody want to change in Essequibo. You know what they tell me? They say, if you check this thing here, how much years gone by? Look at the roads, look at the street. You know, nothing has been done. Chair, I don't know how to explain it. You know, the work that doing. Them do today, next couple days done, finish. You know. So people are seeing them things they see. The money a waste. You know.
And so people want to see a stop to the waste of money. You know, they want to see a stop to a lot of the unfair practices that would have gone on at the time. You know, that they want better roads. They want
Yes.
better you know, infrastructure. They want a better future. Yes, and you really feel like that URP is the one to bring it to them.
Yeah, because other day one guy come into the office and an ageable lady come into the office. So then say, son, me want to ask you something. I said, go ahead. Then say, what it cause make we face so much a blackout in Essequibo? I said, well, what I can tell you, if the previous government went in 23 years in office, as then said the generator is 18-year lifespan, and then put down a generator for in the 15 year, then got one in spare, and 23 year now then come out and none again, then what you expect will happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So them faulted for that.
Mm-hmm.
The PPP's fault for that. Because I can't see you can't look after you people them in the region. You know?
Yeah. And so I feel like, you know, that's such an important thing to note, that, you know, it's so easy for people to go and say, oh, well, you know, they can find fault with one government, say, oh, this government isn't doing anything. Or, you know, they can say, oh, the last government. But, you know, that seems to be a real region that it seems like it's tried with both. And we're still not really getting what they feel like they need.
Yes. Exactly. That's what happened.
And so, so I guess what do you feel are some of the ways, some of the tangible benefits that people in Essequibo can really have from a URP government?
Well, the benefit that what URP government would give them, they will work with them, help them. At least we need a road, light, you know, the street them now, George. In Essequibo, the bush that grow up at the seawall, them, the people them even can't live at their home now. With this thing they call mosquito and sandfly. I don't know why the government not see and spray these things out or something. People gotta leave their home and run out of place to live. You know.
Yeah.
But I know under the URP government, light, water, better, more is job needed in Essequibo. You don't have job. Under URP government, you will get these things, you know.
Yeah, and I think those are good because it's it's so simple but so needed. I mean, and to me it seems so unbelievable that that hasn't come. You know that has to. It really means that you all have to step in to bring this sort of change.
Yes.
So, yeah, so no, definitely. So that's great. That's definitely great to hear. And so thank you for definitely your views on that. But I want to bring it over to this gentleman right here and to really get to the big topic. I know that's on everybody's mind right now. Is the recent fish ban, the catfish ban, that I know that you said that you are the representative for
From
the
Region 2.
yes, for the fishermen in Region 2.
Yeah.
And so this means that you would have some pretty intimate knowledge about this and how it's affecting the industry. So, it's not that long into the ban happening, but I'm sure it's already had some effect. So can you please tell us a little bit, like, what is the state of the fishing industry now?
Right now, the price is very low for fish. Last year, in Gilbaca price was $900 to $1,000 a pound. Right now, it's actually $300 to $400 a pound. It's really hard on fishermen right now.
Yes, and so essentially we're saying it's had something like a 60 to almost 70% reduction
Exactly.
in price. That's huge. I mean, especially for something that only has so big of a profit margin to begin with.
Exactly.
Ah,
You see, the fishing industry has a lot of expenses. A fishing vessel is very expensive to make. It range from probably a Bangamere boat would cost like about $6 million to complete to an inboard up to 25 million. That's a lot of investment. And then to lose your main export on the main fish that is being exported, it's a lot difficult, really, really difficult. Because this is the hard season right now for fishermen. And you get not much fish during this season. And when you can't get the price, you wouldn't be able to recover your expenses. Then you have a lot of families depending on this. The fishing industry is approximately about 15,000 jobs, direct and indirectly. And this is a very big sector. And right now, everyone is feeling it a lot. You see, I've been doing research a lot. I born and grew up in this industry. I've even turned down a Cuban scholarship to develop fishing industry because this is my background, this is my grassroots. And what is going on right now, I can't understand. Because if this ban was made possible, the requirements were there since 3rd, I can't remember, it's in November of 2015. Why didn't the government put systems in place to reach the requirement rather than to allow the fish to be banned? These are questions that needs to be answered. I don't think this would have happened if this would have was URP in office. This would have never happened.
yes, and that it's affecting. I mean, for a lot of people who may not know, then that is, it's some enlightening information because this is clearly an industry, a multi-million-dollar industry. It seems like
Exactly.
it's millions even to start up. You would have mentioned numbers from like 6 million, 7 million for a small like boat. When, to my knowledge, that the CHMPA is now selling houses to people for $7 million. So we're saying that a small boat is as much as a house.
Exactly.
And that now, because of the cost, you're not even really able to recover that.
Exactly.
that, and so this is, and also that you said you would have mentioned that that this was a ban, I guess they would have known about from almost 2.5 years ago, but
Exactly.
still nothing was done on that. Now, to my knowledge, that the ban didn't really have much to do with on the fisherman side. It sounds like it was more on the enforcement side. I guess, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, it's basically the ministry and the public health system that the gaps within that cause the ban. It's not the fishermen that catch it and meet the standard of fish. It's the ministry fault. It's within the fishery department and the Ministry of Health. The people responsible for the exporting. Because we catch the quality of fish to export, but it's their fault. They are not up to standard. We also have some requirements that needs to be looked after. That's the international requirement that we need to meet by 2020 that the Guyana government signed on to years ago. And up to now, they only promising that we're enforcing these things, and up to now, nothing gets done. They only keep on promising. Both government. I'm representing Region 2 since 2010 under both government. And they only promising and none out of the two delivering. And this is just not right, because we cannot allow this sector to go down.
Yeah. No, absolutely, because we're talking thousands of jobs, tens of thousands of jobs. You already
Exactly.
said 15 right there. That this isn't just affecting, you all, as fishermen, as representatives of the fish industry, but it's affecting the fish, the men that catch the fish on the boats as well, and all of the other related industries. That
Yes.
it's big. It definitely is.
Yes, because if you don't catch enough fish to get money to mind your family, what will happen to your family? What will happen to the families that have children going to school? Because fishermen mostly are people that can't get proper jobs, go to catch fish as an alternative of minding their families and providing for their families. And most fishermen have educated children coming up these days. And if you can't afford to send them to school, what will be the outcome of them?
No, absolutely. And that's affecting thousands. It's not just 15,000, those are thousands of families.
Yes.
And wow, so I'm sure that must give you some sort of feeling, like there must be some anxiety, not just yourself, but I'm sure like around
The entire
region.
country.
Yeah.
Not only the region, the entire country, because the ban is not only affecting region 2, but the entire country.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that it's not just you all in Region 2, but just all the the fishing communities all along the coast. That so
Yes.
the whole nation as a whole. Yeah. That wow. So that's a big that's definitely a big issue, and it's something that should be addressed, but it seems like subsequent governments just haven't done that.
They're just hosting workshops and seminar and promising to do things and nothing gets done. Because that was one of my main questions in the last World Wildlife Fund seminar I attended. I asked them, I've been attending so many seminars and workshops and representing Region 2 so long. Can you please show me what is the outcome of any of these meetings or workshop? They can't. And when you talk like this, they don't call you back to represent the region. They want nothing to do with you. They just want people that would just sit down, say nothing, and agree with them. But I am not like that. I am here to represent what made me what I am today. I will not see the fishing industry go down.
Absolutely. And so you feel like it's really the URP government. I guess you all both feel that the URP government will really be able to to deal with this, to handle and to bring a better life for these fishermen and their families.
Yes, yes. I sure
Exactly.
URP government will do that.
Yeah. And so, well, I'm just going to bring it back to you for a second and to speak about the region. And that, so you all will address this. That so, have you all already come up with a plan, or is this something that's going to happen somewhere along the line?
Well, George, we had fishery in Essequibo, two fishery. Now, what has happened? Before time, they used to come and find out the catch that way you do. But since the previous government leased the place to private businessmen, all these things stop. So we ain't got a fishery over there anymore. If we want net, we gotta come to Georgetown and buy. If we want ice, we gotta go private place and buy. That is the major problem in Essequibo. But I feel this government should look into this, take back this fishery and give it to the fisherman them back, that they must run it. I know he have educated fishermen can do it. Now if you come in late with fish in the night, you don't have no ice to get in Essequibo for buy. The fish will spoil. That what happen. He have boat from Barbies, East Coast. Those going fishing at bottom so. Many of them that stop and ask where they can get some ice for buy, for reach with them fish to Georgetown. If we have, we just give them sometime one bag. Because you don't have no fishery late that they could get it. The government should look into this. Take it back and give to the fisherman them for run it. I feel so.
And so these private persons, so what it sounds like is that they're just closing their doors early, like they just do normal business hours. But a fisherman doesn't have normal business hours. You got to be out there early, and you got to come in late.
4 o'clock, them a close. 4 o'clock, George, them a close day. And after then, you can't get ice. So if you're running late, either the fish sell, if you sell, you sell. If you don't sell, you have to throw it. You can't do nothing with it. Or dry it. And that is not fair for the fishermen them. When you talk to these fishery officers them, like when you talk to nobody, they even know when water fall from water wash. You know, you can't take a man from the rice industry and put him at the fishing. Because they know what's going on there.
Two different, yeah.
It's two different things. But seem to be both of the two government doing the same things. Them not seeing and put people that who could represent this industry. And you know something, George? I called one of the officers Friday to ask him what is the problem with this banning of this fish. He said, I get back to you. And to today, me get a call back. You know, I call him, the phone ring out just like that. Ignore the call. Because when you ask them, they know you create a problem for them. So they don't want to hear that. You know, in Essequibo, couple of these fishermen then come to the office. We have members in Fishermen in Essequibo. They come to the office and them ask what we can do about it. I said, we don't know. We could try to see what we can do about it. Because it affect a lot of fishermen. Entire Guyana, I know, it affect. So much revenue this fish bringing into this country. I don't know why the government not take some of this money and develop the industry in Guyana. I don't know. The previous and this one, what am I do? Shove the money in the pocket? Or the friend? I don't know. Maybe something going on. Make them not want to look after the fish industry. But you know what? We the fishermen, entire Guyana, wouldn't take this. We will stand up for we right. And I call upon all the fishermen in Guyana. Please support it. Please, please. Don't let your industry go down. I know you wouldn't. Support URP. And you will get a better fish industry in Guyana. Because we have the people to do it. Not like the rest. Who don't know nothing. We have it.
And so that he, that he would said that the money hasn't gone back in the fishing industry. So of course, as somebody that's been there for years, that I feel like you can probably attest to that as well. Like you really don't see that money being put back into it.
Exactly. You see, basically, you can take the fishery department are saying that they have people studying to implement plans, management plans in the university. This is their promise since 2008. I don't know what course are they studying so long. And then another point to be note, you cannot take a university person and put them to catch fish.
No.
They won't know what to do. You see, I have a lot of knowledge over these issues. And they do not want to listen, sit and listen. You know what they're doing in all over the country? Instead of going and taking accurate data, they go to 2 boats or 3 boats at a landing site and fill up the lag sheet for all the rest of the boats them. They're fabricating the data. How would you able to get an accurate count? You can't do this. Some of the fishery officers, they can't identify a basic bangamere from a small trout. It's amazing, but it's true. I know that.
Wow. That's concerning because I mean you would want the inspector to be the person that knows like all the fish and exactly what they're doing. They need to be the most knowledgeable person.
Exactly. They should be the one teaching us, not us teaching them.
Yeah.
But you see, basically, the people in the system does not understand what it is. You need people that understands what it is to explain to people how to go about doing this thing accurately. The most important thing that none out of the 2 government has is a proper management plan. That is what we have at URP. And we would ensure these plans be implemented. And the main point to note is that we would not allow the fishing industry to go down. Regardless of which government it is, I personally would not allow the fishing industry to go down, because this is 15,000 plus families we're talking about. We can't allow that to happen. This is the only sector you don't hear fishermen calling on the government for duty-free or tax reduction or fuel or whatsoever. This is one of the most industry that is not depending on government. But due to the government system, they are failing us. They are the ones that failed, make the ban was implemented. They made this come to us. We didn't cause this on ourselves. In terms of meeting international requirements, they are the ones that have to see things being done. They don't do nothing. All they do are promise 24/7. Yeah, these people really need to pull themselves together.
And it sounds like, so this is an industry that it's some hardworking men, that and I'm sure women too. In the
Women
industry.
a lot.
And then, hey, women, even at home or even a part of it, they play a valuable role. And so, these are hardworking men and women who are out there, who are very independent, who are, minding their families. They're not even asking for help or a leg up. It's just literally for some order, for some sort of sense to be made for the industry. I know that we're coming to the close of the session. So, real quick, I'll ask if you all, your final thoughts.
You see, just before, to add to that,
Yeah.
A lot of women are employed in the fishing industry also. They are not actually catching the fish, but in the fish processing plant. You would be surprised that the majority are women.
Wow. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know that. So that's an interesting factor right there.
Yeah.
So this is then something that's affecting a lot of families, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of single mothers and a lot of that's their only income coming into the house. So
that's their only alternative where they can get a proper income to mind their family.
Absolutely. So these are all things that need to be examined. and that and it's in you all's opinion that the URP government will be the ones to bring this change.
Exactly.
Right, great. All right, so that well, I want to say thank you all for for coming in today and for speaking to us a little bit about Essequibo, the fishing industry, not only in the region but as a whole, and how, of course, how this recent ban is affecting the industry, and it's affecting, of course, the livelihoods of thousands of Guyanese. So again, that we want to thank you all for coming in, and also we want to thank you all at home for watching this edition of URP Practical Talk. Again, my name is George Gonzalez, your host of the show. And as always, we want to invite you to visit our website. That's urpguyana.com. And also find us on Facebook, URP Guyana, of course, on Facebook. So again, we want to say thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day.